Asylum Inc. presents Hunter's Guide. Possessed, parasitized bodies. Ah, the body. A clever little cage, isn't it? Flesh and bone, twitching with instinct, ripe for the taking. But what happens when the thing that wears the body wasn't born in it? When something old, or alien, or hungry puppeteers the nerves and puppets the voice? They speak like us, walk like us, bleed like us. But they're wrong, just a little too smooth, a breath too late, a laugh with no mirth. Tonight, we unbutton the skin and see who's really pulling the strings. Puppets of the unknown. There are agonies far crueler than death, chief among them, the slow, parasitic theft of your own flesh. To watch your body move while your mind screams from the back seat. To feel something else behind your eyes, steering you like meat on strings. Across countless outbreak zones, reports echo the same grotesque symphony. Humans behaving in ways no medicine can explain. Some drift through ruins like broken marionettes, their eyes glazed with fog, limbs twitching in a sick parody of life. Others wear the mask of normalcy, but something beneath the surface writhes. They mimic conversation, but their laughter is always a beat too late. Their smiles are too wide, too toothy. Their voices hollow, warped, as if an old tape recording is being dragged across a rusted spool. Theories proliferate like mold in damp stone. Some speak of parasites, organic invaders burrowing into the spinal root, hijacking flesh through methods science dares not name. But others believe in darker truths, that what walks is not a host to biology, but a vessel for something else, an ancient, bodiless intelligence that slithers through cracks in reality, a soul displaced, overwritten, a thing donning human skin as easily as one might slip on a coat. Victims, if that's still the right word, have been heard murmuring fragments of unfamiliar languages, reciting names no one taught them, and recalling memories that belong to no living soul. Their eyes may be familiar, their voices may carry the lilt of someone you loved, but make no mistake, they are not who they were. First-hand account, the man who wasn't my brother. It took me 2 days to understand the thing in my home was not my brother. It wore his face perfectly. It mimicked his voice, his mannerisms, even the slight crook in his smile that used to follow one of my bad jokes. But there were cracks in the facade, subtle fissures in the flesh it wore. He forgot things no brother ever would. The name etched into our mother's headstone. The way our childhood dog used to flinch at thunder. He'd drift, unmoving for long minutes, eyes locked on some invisible point beyond the wall, unblinking, as though listening to a frequency only it could hear. But the moment I knew, the instant my blood ran ice cold, was when he laughed. It was meant to be one of those deep, unguarded belly laughs he used to let loose without shame. But this sound, it came too late, too precise, as though whatever inhabited him was reconstructing the very concept of laughter, piece by piece, from fragmented memories. It wasn't joy, it wasn't human, it was the echo of a thing trying very hard to pass for one. That night, I barricaded myself in my room. I listened to him move through the hall like a machine wearing wet shoes, pacing the floorboards with mathematical precision. By morning, he was outside my door, knocking. 3 beats, pause, 3 beats again, over and over. My name, in that same lifeless tone, spoken like a mantra, flat, emotionless, repeated without end. And when I opened the door, when I finally dared look, it was smiling. There's more room inside, it whispered. Final warning, the contagion of identity. Is it a disease, a parasite, or something older, more insidious? Something that slithers between the cracks of science and superstition, wearing both like disguises. Theories swirl like smoke through the minds of the desperate beyond, but one truth remains constant among survivors. The more you interact with the infected, the closer you come to joining them. Some believe it spreads through eye contact, a gaze held too long, where something beneath the surface leaps across the void. Others claim it's the words, not the language itself, but the pattern, the rhythm, a thought buried like a hook in the subconscious, anchoring itself in your mind. And from that moment on, it grows, subtly, inevitably, until what looks like you isn't you anymore. There is no cure, no treatment. Quarantine is a temporary delay, nothing more. Inevitably, one always gets out. Fire works. So does total dismemberment, but even then, survivors report the whispers. Afterward, always afterward. Voices speaking from scorched earth or severed heads, repeating your name, pleading, promising, asking to be let back in. If you even suspect someone is compromised, run. Do not negotiate. Do not linger. Do not listen. And whatever you do, never allow them to touch you. And above all else, if you hear a knock at your door and the rhythm is perfect, do not answer. Tell me, beloveds, when was the last time you truly looked into someone's eyes? I don't mean a glance. I mean looked deep enough to wonder if they were still in there, if the one you kissed goodnight is the same creature who woke up beside you. Because the parasites, they don't just hide, they learn, they mimic, they improve, and by the time you notice the change, you're already next. If you found yourself stirred, unsettled, or just a bit more wary of shadows, consider offering a like to feed the entity that powers these tales. And should you subscribe, you may yet survive to hear the next whisper from the void.